just one more thing about solenoids before we leave off. You notice you have a solenoid, right? And kind of one of the cool things about solenoids is that they have this one very unique property that will allow them to go ahead and do one more thing that actually may relate very closely to what you saw in the motor. Now, if you remember this motor when we opened it up, right? Just going to go ahead and do it on one hand here because I need to hold the other. Is that it actually had small coils. And it just small coils going around it, right? And we saw those small coils. But we also noticed that those coils actually moved both forwards and backwards. Here's a key property to those solenoids that you probably should think about. Notice here I have a magnet, and in here is a very, very large solenoid. It's also connected to my multimeter here. And if you happen to be knowledgeable, you can probably guess what's happening. But this solenoid actually has a lot of coils around it compared to, say, this one, or even this one, especially this one. And I want you to look at what happens to the voltage as I move the magnetic field in and out of the solenoid. You notice here I am generating voltage. Let's go ahead and focus on amperage then. I'm going to go ahead and switch over. I think that's a little too high. Let's see. No, I'm sorry. I need to go down here. Notice that if I go ahead and get this just right, should be able to generate some amperage. Let me go ahead. Now I notice the multimeter is moving. You see that plus and minus. It just means that it's pretty very small and hard to detect. Okay. So you can kind of see that if I go ahead and have this move through a magnetic field, or if I go ahead and change the magnetic field, right, I will actually start inducing power. Let's see if I got that. There we go. Okay. Now this is called back EMF. So it's called back EMF. It's actually a unique property just for solenoids, and basically states if the magnetic field E changes, okay, this is the important part, around your solenoid, then you will start producing power. And remember the definition of electrical power. Not only do you get voltage, but you get current and voltage together. All right. So this is something I really want you to think about as you go ahead and redo your motor models. Okay, think about what these solenoids are doing and what's happening within the solenoids that allow you to generate power out of this motor when we get renewable energy coming in one way, right, and getting electrical power out the other. All right, go ahead, keep going, and I hope to see you soon.